podcast. I'm Chase, your host.
Hello, everybody. My name's Chase. I'm here with Austin.
Hello.
And Adam.
Hello.
And this is the Groovy Voice podcast. So we're actually going to be interviewing my friend Adam here. We met in a Valorant lobby, much with all the other people I've had on the podcast. I swear everybody we bring on this podcast I've met through Valorant. So,
Valorant's the new Tinder, man.
New Tinder.
yeah, new grinder. New grinder. Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways, so what I have on here is that I'm going to be interviewing you, Adam. We're going to get to the deep and saucy stuff of who is Adam Lee.
We want to know how much you weighed out the womb, what time you started swimming, what time you learned to bike.
Your social security number.
Let me call my mom. She can confirm everything too, if you want.
All right. So the first question I want to ask, and this is actually, I've had a lot of your fans actually want me to ask this.
Oh my god.
So
I already know what it is.
So Adam, do you start wiping from the front or the back?
This is an important question, Adam.
Okay, that was not the question I was expecting.
Oh, I also have that question too.
Oh no. I wait from. Wait, I'm confused.
Like if you get done pooping and you like squat a little bit and like raise up, which way do you start wiping from? Your back or from?
No, I go from like I end at the back.
Okay,
yeah, okay. All right. Okay. That's what I do.
Respectable.
Respect.
All right.
Isn't that like normal? Because how would that even work? Going the other way. Because then like everything would just be like.
There, yeah, I know. Yeah, we know. Yeah, it's just wanted to. A lot of people wanted to know that.
Yeah, we had to clear the air before we went.
Okay.
All right. Second thing, is Leslie your wife?
Oh no, they're not. We're not.
Okay.
We're not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not married. I'm too young for that, bro. What the heck?
All right. But no. Okay. The serious questions. So, what got you into streaming? Because I know everybody's different when it comes to
especially streaming on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, actually, so kind of fun. I guess my relationship with gaming has been kind of like weird. If that makes sense. So, like, I never thought I would stream. The only reason why I kind of got into it was because I kind of got stuck home because I was supposed to be abroad in Germany.
Yeah, I think Leslie told us about that in the first episode of the podcast, that when the pandemic hit, you guys were both studying abroad, right?
Yeah. So I was supposed to actually continue. I wasn't really studying abroad. I was there on my own for like a soccer thing. But then I want to go back, so I would have studied abroad through my university for the student visa. But anyways, they canceled the trip, so I was home, right? And I didn't know what to do, right? And I kind of like stopped playing video games for like, I want to say like 3-4 years.
Oh,
like
wow.
I haven't, like since then. And then my cousin, you play with him. His thing is Seiko on Valorant or Cool Kid RMZ on Twitch. He'd been streaming for like 6-7 years, 8 years, just to do it. He had like a little bit of traction at one point when we played this Naruto game. It was like a fighting game.
Oh, the Naruto Shippuden.
So like Ninja
fighting.
Storm, yeah.
Yeah.
So he had like a little traction with that, and then he kind of stopped. Like something happened in his van. Like he had to like he just didn't get time to play anymore, and then he kind of lost everything, like all like the traction. But so he was like, "Yo," so I started playing video games again. And he asked me, he's like, "Why don't you just stream it? Like you're playing it anyways, right?" Like,
right.
Yeah, you're kind of right. Like I got nothing else to do. I mean, not nothing else to do, but like might as well just do something on the side. And I always was into like film and stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, let me give it a try. And then originally, I think I started streaming. Like I wanted like a gimmick because I want to take it seriously. Anything I do, I take it very seriously. So I'm just not gonna stream just for like just to put it on. Yeah. So I was like, let me see like what like I should do. And I was actually cleaning up my room at the time because someone was staying in my room when I was abroad, like a family friend. So all my like stuff was all over the place. So I was like going through and I was like, I found all my old consoles, like my GameCube, my PlayStation.
Ooh, nice.
My Game Boy. I was like, yo, this is sick. Like I haven't seen any of this stuff in a long time. And I think Leslie actually told me, he's like, oh, why don't you do like a retro stream, like games that no one plays anymore. And I was like, that's a good idea.
Okay, so that's where the name came from. That was going to be one of my questions. I wanted to know how you came up with the name because the name is actually pretty cool. I like it.
No,
yeah, and it flows together well too.
It does,
RetroAdamLee.
Yeah,
it just kind of flows.
Yeah, I guess my full name is like that. I guess people in high school, everyone used to call me by my full name. It was kind of annoying, but yeah, so that's where the name came from also. So like that was like kind of my gimmick, I guess. Like not like my gimmick, but that's why I wanted to stream.
That was your niche.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
my niche.
was like, oh, that's RetroAdamLee. Yeah.
Exactly.
With your not so retro live streams.
Yeah, exactly. So then I eventually like, the retro streams didn't do terrible. I mean they did support. Thank you to my friends for coming to watch me stream.
Yeah.
Thank you to, you know what I mean. But I realized that
Shout out mom and dad.
Yeah, exactly. But I started to realize like the retro streams, it's a niche. Like you get like one or two, like a few people came that still watch me every once in a while now. But I started doing like regular games. I did like some Valorant. I did like newer games, and then Brawlhalla is the one that really picked up everything.
You got like everything from Brawlhalla.
Yeah, Brawlhalla, and then I was like, okay, then I kind of like started doing different types of fighting games. I went to Smash, and I kind of saw that playing with viewers is kind of like the thing on YouTube, I think. So
yeah.
And
that and consistency. Where did you get your drive for consistency? That was another thing I wanted, because that is such a big thing with like YouTube and Twitch. Like no matter where you go, if you're consistent, you can gain traction.
Right.
But as soon as you quit being consistent, it's over.
Where did you need a schedule in order to gain traction.
Did you just sit down one day and go, all right, this is the free time I have. I'm just gonna stream here, and here.
So yeah, I mean, at first, like even when I first started streaming, I wonder if I can send. I wonder if I don't have it on my computer because I have a new computer now. But I actually was doing I made a schedule because I knew, because my cousin kind of told me, he was like, yeah, you kind of need like a schedule. Like a schedule is like important, right?
Yeah.
So even when I only had like my cousin coming and like Leslie coming to stream, and occasionally every few maybe one random person, I always had the schedule. So that's where in terms of streaming, that's where I came from. My cousin kind of just guiding me with that. And yeah, I agree. You definitely do need a schedule to be consistent. As far as the drive to be consistent, because it is pretty unmotivating at times. I don't know where that came from. I think that's just my personality, honestly.
Yeah, like you said, you wanted to start off with a brand. You wanted to start off as this is something I'm gonna do. This is something I'm gonna conquer, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, whenever I do something, I usually tend to go 100%. I'll never half something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that's just more of I don't know. Just my whole life. I just kind of did it. Yeah, honestly, no, because even with soccer, when I really want to take soccer seriously, that's why I cut out video games. I was like, I'm not playing video games anymore. What am I doing with this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's why I stopped playing. I stopped playing my junior year of high school. That's when I started to take soccer really seriously. I was like, yeah, screw this. I want to played every day, ran every day, worked out every day. And then I got then just I feel I don't know.
I mean, it's just different types of releases. When I started working full time, almost full time, I was well, I need to drop my minor pro CS:GO. I was well, I'm not going anywhere with this because I could see where I was mechanically wise, and I could see where other people were, and I'm I'm not going anywhere with this. I'm I just need to focus on school and work. I'm I can't keep devoting so much time to this.
Yeah.
See, at least you have a brain. I'm not smart when it comes to it. So even honestly, if I had 10 subscribers, I'd still be do it it'd be the same schedule.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Well, that's the mentality for a streamer. No matter if you have 5 viewers in chat or if you have 500, even for 5 viewers, you need to act like there's 500 people watching you. You got to give it your all no matter what.
No, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a good question though, because I think a strong work ethic in anything will get you far in that.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing is now I'm doing radio all the time, so I really don't have much time to stream, but it's this is what I'm planning on doing for a large portion of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to kind of get used to it, kind of thing.
Right.
No, yeah, and I mean whatever your passion is, you just gotta give it 100%, and
Another thing is a lot of people wonder what ethnicity you are.
Yo, that's a good question.
Because I personally, when I first saw you, I was is this dude Indian? You kind of, I don't know, you just kind of look you could tell you weren't just your basic Caucasian man. Like, you know, like it was like, oh, this man has some flavors in there.
Flavors.
I mean, I know Cully probably knows. I don't know if Austin knows, right? I'm assuming you don't. Or did I already explain to you?
I don't know much about you, Adam. That's
Okay.
why I'm here to get the deep scoop.
Okay, so all right, my ethnicity. So I consider myself multi-ethnic, right? I think that's a thing. I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
Yeah.
Whenever I filled out like an SAT or something, that was always like an option. If it wasn't just like more than one.
Right.
So my mom comes from Morocco. She's an immigrant from Morocco.
Oh wow.
My dad is born in the United States, but majority of his family is from China. Now it gets more complicated than that though. So my mom, on my mom's side, my grandma has blonde hair, green eyes, but she was born in Morocco. We don't know where she's from. We assume, because like Moroccans aren't really, they're usually like tan.
Yeah.
The white, like that's like the whitest they get is like tan.
Yeah.
My grandpa's like pretty dark. He's like basically like African.
Okay.
Right on that side. So we assume my grandma was probably maybe Jewish or coming from World War II, because Morocco is one of the only Muslim countries that took in a lot of refugees from World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
And there's a big Jewish population in Morocco. Yeah. So I'm actually, funny enough, for my birthday, Leslie got me a DNA test. So I'm gonna be.
Oh.
So we're gonna know exactly what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you. I took one of those a while ago. Is it like the Ancestry DNA?
It's 23andMe.
Okay, 23andMe.
Yeah, 23andMe.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna
There's a
ask you
bunch
if
of
you ever
different
taken
ones.
one to find out exactly what you are.
No, yeah, and then it gets even more interesting on my dad's side, because he's second generation American. So my grandparents on that side are American as well. But my great grandmother and great grandfather on my grandma's side, fortunately, were like my great grandfather was alive till he was 105. So they've actually been part of my life for quite a bit. So I actually know where they're from. So most of them, my grandpa's side, 100% Chinese. Like they all immigrated from China to the United States. My grandma's side on my dad's side, my great grandfather was a chef from China who joined the U.S. military to get citizenship as a merchant marine. Fleeing China.
You know so much about your
your
history.
Insane.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm pretty fortunate that they were like around and like it's like
Yeah,
they
I was
talk
about
about
to say,
it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then my great grandmother is half Chinese, half Chilean. So I don't know
I don't know what Chilean is.
Like from Chile.
Sounds like
Chile.
a spice.
From Chile.
Chilean spice.
Sounds like a
Holy
spice,
crap,
bro.
dude! Your DNA is like a math problem. Man.
Yeah,
These all
and
the
even that,
percentages.
even that's confusing because like I didn't even know that until like recently. I always thought that they were just Chinese. They were from China. They just immigrated to Chile because she speaks fluent Spanish.
Oh wow.
So this is my grandma actually. I don't speak it.
Oh,
at all.
is that why you know some Spanish?
No, I just took it in high school and failed. Sadly.
So did I.
Yeah,
dude.
I never took the class, but I hung out with a girl from Spain for like 8 months straight. So like I know quite a bit.
You know, I took Spanish in middle school and high school, hoping just for it to be an easy credit to get by or whatever. And thanks to Google, it kind of was, but I don't remember. I literally had 4 years of Spanish. I don't remember a lick of it.
Wow.
No, yeah, Spanish is terrible. I think it's just the education system, to be honest with you. That's a whole different story.
Dude,
Yeah, right.
Other countries, they know English.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
their language
and
by like the age of 8.
English
It's
is the
like,
hardest
okay.
language to learn, man. I mean, that's why I think it's hard for us to learn like Spanish because we kind of have to like dumb down our brains and we kind of just overthink it. At least that's how it
Maybe, I
is
don't
for
know.
me.
Yeah, but
I don't
so yeah,
know.
that's about it. And then, I mean, I get a lot of different people. People think Indian. That's the first time I ever heard Indian. It might be the lighting, maybe.
The
I'm
lighting.
sorry.
It might be. It might be just because I'm a white man and I don't. If you're like brown, I'm like, you're either Mexican or Indian.
I mean, listen,
I'm sorry.
I respect the honesty, but no, yeah. I mean, I got in Jewish a lot because I have a big nose.
Yeah.
Mexican.
Yeah.
I got because during the summer I don't burn. I get like really tan.
Yeah,
I get
Is
like, really
Jewish
tan.
like wait? Is Jewish like a full-on ethnicity itself? Like,
It's-
I'm sorry, but like
It's like how do I explain
really
it?
ignorant right now.
No, that's actually good. 'Cause I actually just learned about this. I didn't know either until
Yeah.
recently. So apparently, like, being Jewish, so, like, Israeli is technically like the country that they're in now, right? But Jewish people, like I would say it's almost
But
like,
you can, like
it's almost like Mongolians, right? Like they've been around for so long that they just been everywhere, and it's just
well, the problem is that like you can convert to Judaism, and so then you would be a Jew.
Yes,
but like you just wouldn't have all the traits.
It's more, I think, it's more of the ethnic Jew. So like we're talking like Jewish, like people from like the original Jewish people, and then they've been around for that long.
All right, so Adam, another thing is that I wanted to ask you personally is, so you got into gaming, and you told me you started off kind of retro. You wanted to kind of have something to theme there. So where do you see this you going? Like with content creation, being a content creator, are you going to hold that title, or are you going to do something after college that you're more looking into? Like, oh, I do YouTube as a hobby, and I'm going to do this.
Right. Is streaming going to be more
or
of
is
a
it
hobby,
like,
or you want to make that a career?
Or you're about to be like, I am a content creator 100%. I'm buckling down on it.
Oof, that's hard.
I know,
it's hard for everybody.
But I mean, like, okay, like, let's like cut it down short term, more or less. Like, what would you say you would have to see in order to just be like, yep, this is content creation. Like, this is what I'm going to do. What would you have to see?
So honestly, like looking at like content creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Career-wise, just not the smartest thing, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you would need to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you would need to see some like personally the way the channel is now. I don't see it. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna. My mentality is like, yeah, try to get as big as possible. But like, I only could see this realistically right now as like a part-time thing, right?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I guess if that answers the question, it'd be more of like a
hobby.
More of a hobby,
more
like a side thing. Yeah, like
right.
a side
so
thing.
Like your education comes first.
So education. The funny thing about education is that my major, at least, kind of coincides with this a little bit. Okay. So like, it's only benefiting me in the end doing this. Right?
What is your major?
So I go to NYU. It's like their own major basically. So it's called Global Liberal Studies.
Okay.
And I have a concentration in critical creative production. And what exactly that means?
That's what I'm going into, creative media production.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, except this one's more of like a historical focus. That's where the academia comes from.
Oh, okay.
So it's more of like our culture. So it's like learning and understanding cultures through the medium of media film production.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So honestly, you can do this to YouTube. Honestly, be like, because YouTube's such a big platform across the world. There's probably like a lot of cultural significance in different places about how they watch YouTube.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, you go to India and it's all just full of
T-series.
Like I think it's
exactly.
Just all full of like music videos promoting ads.
And then you go to Korea or Asia or something, and there's a lot of mukbangs. It's like a very, very cultural thing that in the United States not really familiar with.
Right.
You know? So
I think USA, like, we really get lucky with like YouTube and stuff like that because we see everything.
Yeah.
Like we are like a lot of people say USA is the mixing pot of cultures, and we see that in media more than anything.
Yeah.
Because like we're like Asia has like some like a whole bunch of stuff, like that's mostly what you'll see over there. But you come here, you'll see a little bit of it.
Exactly.
Like you won't see as deep of it, but you'll see like a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm. But on like in terms of jobs though, like this is the thing. Like before I got into like streaming as like a hobby, my plan was, okay, I'm gonna go to college, get my degree, while doing soccer on the side. I know I can probably get paid to play, right, in abroad, like at least like minimum wage, right? Like you'd say like a side gig, and then I'll work on the side. Like it's possible. Like when I was in Germany, that's what a lot of people would do. They play and they have a job. Like one of my teammates, he was a manager at an Aldi, which is like Stop and Shop here, right? They have Aldis here actually now.
Yeah, we have Aldis.
Yeah,
we have Aldis.
I have one
so he was like he was a manager of like the 2 Aldis in like the town, and then he played soccer on the side, and he got like like a little check every week or so or something. You know what I mean? And he had his main income. So that's what my plan is in long term.
See, and with YouTube and stuff like that, and like streaming would be so big for me because legit, my job is going to have high tech like microphones and anything involved, anyways. Like, I'm going to need a recording area no matter what, so I might as well stream.
Right.
No, yeah.
And that's, like, the way I'm looking. Because, like, my microphone now is a $400 microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm not even really going into my job field just yet.
No, yeah, you're going to be... Like, that's a big thing when it comes to, like, those people that want to get to, like, film or media creation, getting used to the expensive equipment is like very key.
Yeah,
dude. Working at this radio station has killed me with that. There's so much stuff you have to learn that you never thought went into radio.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so much stuff. And it might be because it's an older radio station that it's all, like, ancient gear. So you have to, like, input, like, 3 times more than what you'd normally have to. But it dude, you get in and it is a show. Like, it is just, it gets really, really frustrating sometimes.
Yeah.
I
and
can
tiring.
imagine.
But at the same time, you just got to go live every now and then and go, you're tuning into 104.1 KPOC, and this is a 20-minute weather guarantee brought to you by blah, 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 blah. And then I give the weather, blah, blah, blah. And this was your 20-minute weather guarantee from the station with your 20-minute weather guarantee. And then that's it.
See, I would hire that. That was nice.
So,
I'll pay to listen to that.
Yeah, right.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so, I mean, we've kind of gotten to know you here. I mean, I've kind of gotten to know you, like, over the past couple months. Like, I mean, we've stayed, like, in pretty constant connection throughout the past month or so. Like, you helping me transfer over to YouTube.
you helping me
You
in
helping
Valorant.
me. Yeah, me helping you in Valorant, even though you're higher ranked than me somehow because of Seiko.
What rank are you, Adam?
I was gold 1. I peaked at gold
Yeah,
1.
he was
I'm silver
gold
3
1.
right now.
Oh man.
Which I'm going to try to help him get back into Gold 1 tonight. If I don't do horrible like we did last time. But anyways. So is there anything that, like, you want people to know about you that just isn't, like this is something that you do, like, on the side? Like, people don't really know about you other than soccer and all that.
Yeah, so like you mentioned soccer, you can mention on that. Or is there something that people don't know about you that you feel like would be kind of interesting to know, or a fun fact about you, a story that happened?
That's hard, man.
It is. Life is a wicked
do you
ride.
do woodcraft in the back? Like, do you make tiki poles?
Yeah, have you talked to
I have like
demons lately?
I collect my nails. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
I was going to say, whoa.
No.
Do you draw, like, pentagrams? Every
Yeah,
now and
right.
then and-
You know, honestly, in terms of like passions, I feel like I'm all out, like everyone knows like what I like and what I don't like in terms of that. In terms of like, I guess my upbringing, I guess something that people don't maybe not know, like I would say I'm like pretty, I guess, religious, or like faith has like played a big part in my life.
Okay.
You know, coming up, I had like a pretty interesting coming of age story, I would say.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, like it's a little bit like I mean, not intense. It's just like not. I feel like not the best. I don't want to get sappy, but it wasn't like growing up wasn't the best. I would say.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to include that in my streams, and every once in a while when someone says something that they're going through something.
Yeah.
We talked about that on the first podcast.
Yeah, mental health.
About like mental health and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about like stuff that's like happened in your past that's like helped you grow into the person you are today.
Right.
And I kind of like touched on my PTSD and stuff like that, and just dealing with that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so maybe like, how have you used like maybe this outlet of like streaming and stuff to kind of build upon your own mental health?
Oof.
Or if it's taken a damage on
Right.
it even.
How is streaming, especially with the consistency, has it helped you maybe like from distractions in life, stuff that's brought you down, or has it made life even harder?
Honestly, I don't think so. I don't see streaming as an outlet in that regard. Personally, soccer in my life, because soccer has been more of a thing than anything else I've done. That's kind of like my outlet more than anything. Because I started playing soccer I mean, I played video games my whole life, right? It was just always a thing I did. I never really saw that as like an outlet kind of thing. Soccer was really, especially when I was overcoming these things. Like soccer was definitely the thing that was there. That I think maybe that's where like this consistency or this work ethic came from.
Yeah.
Right.
And then streaming, maybe it's more of like fulfilling for me, in the sense that I know I can help other people.
Yeah.
That, and you see the numbers, like it's like something that you can look at. Like, statistic wise.
And like I wish that like, I mean, like if someone's going through something similar that I did, I know at least I can help them if it ever comes out to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I think that's like some of the best streamers are there as like, hey, this is a place where like I can help you. Like I think like a lot of like the big streamers and stuff, they all started out as like, hey, I went through some rough stuff. I like playing video games. Who else has gone through rough stuff? You want to talk?
exactly.
Kinda,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like not that forward, but like
Like, yeah, that's. I mean, I feel like that's like the most fulfilling part of streaming for sure. Because people go through I went to a Jesuit Catholic high school. I had to go on like this retreat, and like you kind of learn that people go through like, even though you may think you have it like really bad, but there's always like kind of sounds weird to say this, but there's always somebody that's going through it worse than you are. And it's always, you can help other people. You can help yourself by helping other people.
Exactly.
In a way.
Right.
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's like my big thing is like PMA, positive mental attitude. Like
Mhm.
no matter what, just go head first into it, and if you smile the whole way through it, come out fine in the end.
No. Yeah. 100%.
Even if you're missing 3 legs and 2 ears.
Even if you deranked, so you had fun.
Even if you derank, you had fun. And the way I look at like stuff like that, like people nowadays get so tilted
Oh, it's
from like
unbelievable.
deranking, losing, like, and I mean I get tilted too, but at the end of the day, every time you derank, you're just playing against easier players.
I mean, I guess.
I mean,
Like,
not with Valorant right now with the freaking.
I feel like you're pointing
MMRs.
fingers
Oh,
at me,
okay.
Cuddly. I get hella upset when I derank.
well,
Yeah, I mean, I don't like losing. I think that's just my competitiveness. I hate losing.
Yeah,
if
you
I
hate
lose,
losing, right?
I would want to like. I don't
man,
care.
I don't know. Just when I grew up playing video games, it was always like press play, and then you play the game, and no matter what, you press play again at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I don't know. It's just
it's definitely important to know that you are just playing a game.
Right,
That's
exactly.
what,
yeah. I think that's just my mentality going into it.
That's a good mental to have, especially like competitive gameplay. Because especially video, honestly, like I was actually watching a lot about this and reading about this a lot. Like people debating esports as a real sport. Like I think
Oh,
honestly, the mental you need to have in esports compared to like other like say quote unquote actual sports, it's a completely different level.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is like, and the biggest debate I have for it is like, and I'm for esports all the way. The only reason, and a lot of people will challenge it with, why do you want it to be called a sport? And my biggest reason I want it to be called a sport is because you know how much easier access there will be to it. It is so hard
Right.
to watch what you want when it comes to esports. Because, like, I mean, if I wanted to pull up a football game, I just go to ESPN
Yeah.
and scroll through. Like, if I wanted to pick up a football game, I just scroll through. You have to download so many different apps. Some of them are weird. You gotta go online to like different forums and all that.
Reddit
just
and
to
stuff,
see
yeah.
stats. Yeah, and it's just like it gets lost.
It's not streamlined yet.
Yeah,
It
and
will
it's
be.
So, but I think it is. It's on the grow.
Yeah.
Like people with Valorant coming out and bringing so many people together. I think that it's really becoming streamlined fast because Overwatch already was. Overwatch was already becoming like people were seeing the numbers it was bringing in and the money it was bringing in.
Yeah. League of Legends
and they were
as
like,
well.
wait, yeah, League of Legends as well. Yeah, I mean,
But I think the problem with League of Legends, at least, I mean, League of Legends is like the biggest, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah, no,
it's
it's
like,
still pretty big.
I think Overwatch hit the biggest.
really. I mean, it's still
I
definitely
wrote
the
that.
most longevity wise. They're like the
Because
Top dogs.
they like sold out an entire like stadium.
yeah, and they had like the professional league, didn't they? Like over here in the states,
Yeah,
they had like a league.
Overwatch. Well, they have a league. Yeah, the Overwatch league.
Yeah, but that was like you're saying, like they kind of like made it streamlined. Like each there's like almost like a pinnacle at least, that you can.
Well,
be.
each state had a team.
Yeah, exactly.
Like San Francisco Shock. You
Yeah.
had Miami.
It's like a franchise. It
remember.
became a franchise. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
mean, that's
no.
the thing.
On Twitch right now, I just wanted to mention Overwatch is ahead on at least the number and view counts of who's watching is ahead of League of Legends currently.
No,
Well, I mean that's not, and that's the thing is like Overwatch will do a stream, and that's it. Like they'll stream the tournament.
The tournament, yeah,
but
it's
yeah,
not- it's not like
I've
on
watched
TV or
Overwatch
something.
tournaments before.
But it's so hard to find highlights. It's so hard to find the VODs, and the VODs sometimes are really janky. But man, you never see that with football. You never see that with baseball. Like if you want to know, if you want to rewatch that game, you look it up, and it's there.
I
But
agree.
it's just so hard with esports. Like, and that's the reason I want it. Like, cause like I play chess like I am a huge chess player. Like I played in tournaments, and I was supposed to get a scholarship for it until good old COVID came and wrecked that for me. And but no, I was supposed to get a scholarship for it, and even a lot of people don't recognize that as a sport still. But like it's on a whole different level. Like it's not physically, but it's on a whole different level.
Yeah, no, I applaud you, dude. I couldn't sit down and bear myself to learn how to play chess, like or even play it competitively.
Yeah, I think playing it competitively is just it couldn't be me.
It's a whole another monster.
Dude, looking across at some of these people that you're playing against in chess, it's honestly demoralizing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I played chess back when I was like in the peak of my physical activity. Like I used to work out every day, like just 3 miles. I'd run 3 miles every morning.
Jesus.
I'd wake up at 6 o'clock, run 3 miles every morning. And I'd probably go through about a pound of rice a day just to keep up my calorie intake. And so I was like ripped coming into like these chess tournaments. And like I'd sit across from a 7-year-old and get my butt whooped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. And you just want to grab the board and just throw it, and you're just like, all right, well, because like they'll do these little openers and things, and they'll bait you into something, and man, it's just so hard not to just. It's a whole different.
That's why his mental's so strong.
Yeah. And so I wanted to, since we were kind of on the whole mental thing, and you mentioned like playing soccer and stuff, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your childhood. Not exactly your childhood, but more of like school as a child. Did you play sports in high school, and how was your life in high school?
High school is very interesting for me, I would say.
Yeah, it's the main turning point for most people.
So I went to, like I said, I went to a Jesuit high school, Xavier High School, in Manhattan, in the city. So I had to travel to the city every day at 6 a.m.
Oh, wow.
I had to wake up at 6 a.m. every morning, go to school. At the time, I was living in Staten Island, so I had to take a boat to school.
Really?
Oh, good old Staten Island.
It was not awesome, dude.
Have you watched the movie King of Staten
Oh
Island?
yeah, Pete Davidson. He's the. I actually met. I met him a long time ago.
You met Pete Davidson?
Wait.
Yeah, I went to camp with him.
What
You went
camp?
to camp with him?
Yeah, I went to camp with him.
What camp was it?
Wait.
So okay, so I'll just say otherwise. So like, because his dad died in 9/11.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So yeah, he was a firefighter in 9/11. My father passed away when I was younger as a cop, just regular like in New York City. So there's a camp called America's Camp, where originally it was just for 9/11 children. Because
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the last 2 years or 3 years or something, opened it up to for New York, because it was in New York, it was in upstate New York. They opened it for like regular like people, like not regular people, but like people who lost like a family member in as a cop or a firefighter.
Right, just someone in service.
Yeah, because what happened is that the people that went to that camp, because it was like 10 years, they start to age out, so like they weren't interested in going anymore. So they needed kids to come. So that's how I met him. I didn't know I remember him saying like I remember him being like a comedian. Like he liked to he wanted to pursue like I think comedy or something. I didn't meet him personally. Like he was there. Like I know when I think of him as like that kid that you see eating lunch across the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's so weird.
Yeah,
that's crazy,
man.
man.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
so, like you just met him, and it was like, okay.
And then he's dating Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Like,
so I mean, technically, you'd say you kind of know Ariana Grande, so technically.
Basically, right?
Basically.
Wait, so like you and Ariana Grande like lived in the same house,
right? Exactly. Basically.
So. Wait, RetroAdamLee x Ariana Grande title?
Maybe that's the girlfriend I've been hiding.
Start the Twitter tag. Let's do it. Trending.
But
here we go.
So back to high school. But had to travel a lot. Freshman, I'd say like I did. So funny enough, soccer wise, I sucked freshman year.
Oh wow.
I didn't want to try out, or I missed the tryouts. So freshman year was just kind of like getting used to high school and everything.
Yeah.
Sophomore year I tried out, got cut.
Wow.
I did not expect that.
The long pause.
Got tried out. Got
cut. Yo, listen, dude, that was like the most. Like honestly, like in terms of like competitiveness, that was the most demoralizing thing I've ever happened to me in my life.
Man, that's gotta be rough.
So I remember I dedicated my whole sophomore and junior year. I ran track instead. Funny enough, my mom's side, Morocco, got represent. We got the track genes in our blood, so like we're just all elite at track.
Yeah.
Like
you got the
I ran
strong
like
legs.
yeah, dude. Like I ran, like I did. My fastest mile was like 4:50 something. I definitely, if I wanted to, I could have. If I really wanted to, I definitely could have like went to like a D1 track school.
Oh yeah,
no, any 4-minute mile is pretty good.
I hated it though.
Man.
I did cross country, and like we were doing like 15-minute 3 miles.
Yeah.
So.
But I hated I mean, I love track. Like I love the sport. I love the people around it. Just too much training. Like for elite athletes, respect to them, dude. Like I remember I would have to run like 6 miles like for practice. I would only be running like it's just too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree.
But so I dedicated that whole sophomore year to just practicing. Because I didn't have enough money to like play for a team, so like I never actually played for a team until sophomore year.
Yeah.
So I played for like some travel.
Isn't that always the kicker?
Yeah. And then I played for a travel team locally in Staten Island. Trained my ass off. Like I actually trained my ass off, and then came back junior year. And then that junior year there was only 5 spots because they're all seniors.
Oh wow!
And there was also I think 10 juniors that were trying out as well. I made it before any of them. Like I remember the coach came over to me because we had to do like a running program over the summer, and I killed it. I absolutely demolished the running program over the summer.
So your sophomore year, you were on a team with juniors and seniors.
No. This was junior year. Sorry.
Okay, this was
junior. This was junior year tryout because I got cut sophomore year.
Right.
So junior year tryout, I was the first junior to make the team, and I was
wow.
Yeah, and then it just kind of I think that's when I took soccer way more. That's the moment where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take soccer way more seriously.
Yeah.
And then I went with the captain of that team, like of my high school team. I went to Italy for like a soccer tournament, and then
that's crazy.
And we played against like actual like, so at that point it was like under 19. That's like the age group. So it was like under 19. Yeah. We played against like professional clubs. Like we played against Zenit, which is like a Russian team, like under 19.
I know. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Ascoli, which is a Serie B team in Italy. Empoli, which is also a Serie, like the second division, but they're under 19. And then we also, because my coach at the time for that team, he was an ex-professional, so we got to play his old teams. And I was like, you know what? Like, I could kind of hang. That's why I was like, I could kind of hang. I was like, I'm not like, kind of like, I could see myself doing this kind of thing. So it kind of like motivated me even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister's husband is from South Africa, and in South Africa, soccer's a huge.
Mm-hmm.
So like I know like a lot of this like names and stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I was like, I could kind of hang. So I was like, let me like keep on going at it. I was gonna go play for a Division I school here in New York, but I ended up getting to NYU like only having to pay like next to nothing.
Yeah.
So it kind of came down to like, okay, like going to the school is not really gonna do anything. Like soccer, like okay, I get to play D1 soccer, but like it's NYU.
Right. I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I bit the bullet, went to NYU, and I was like, you know what? I know myself. Like, if I'm gonna like really want to pursue soccer, I'll be able to pursue it like on my own, somewhere.
From anywhere.
From anywhere. So oddly enough, it didn't work out with NYU at all.
Oh.
So I went abroad. Like I went abroad 1 year to Abu Dhabi. They have like a school there, and I played for them. And then like I eventually found my way to Germany somehow.
Man, that's crazy. I'm over here like, live in Arkansas.
Yeah.
I've been to Michigan once.
That's where I'm from. I've never left the country. Never.
Oh no, I love to travel. Any moment I had, I traveled. I went to like. I have some funny stories too, actually.
Yeah. So you said you went to Italy once for a soccer thing. Where else have you traveled, and what can you tell us about your experience of traveling to different countries?
So I'm the type of person that if you told me I had to take care of like 10 kids, but I get to go to like a country, I'll do it. Like if I had to work, but I get to travel.
Wait.
Like so listen. Hear me out. So like,
what was that analogy?
No, because I'll do it like because traveling is expensive. It's like really expensive.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to afford it normally. So like for example, so my first experience of traveling was it it was just before Italy because I remember I had my passport already. I went to Mexico on like a service trip because my high school, Catholic school, we built houses in like Tijuana, Mexico. For those of you that don't know what Tijuana, Mexico is, it's like one of the like worst neighborhood. Like we had to sleep like on an impound, like so we didn't get shot. Like you heard gun bullets outside and everything.
Jeez,
it's like very impoverished. You heard bullets. Sorry, very impoverished area. Like houses are on tires, kind of deal. So I went there. It was a lot of fun. I loved it. Honestly, Mexico is an amazing country. Even the worst parts of it, I thought were pretty amazing. And then I went to the same
constant gunfire really brought up.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't that bad. Sleeping with gunfire, you kind of get used to it.
Yeah, no,
it's just like Chicago.
It's background noise. It helps you go to sleep.
Exactly.
It's white noise.
Yeah.
And then the same service trip, but the next year I went to the DR, and was in the mountains, helping them build like latrines. You know what latrine is, right?
Latrine. I'm not familiar.
I think that's the train.
No.
Yeah.
It's
in
a
Spanish. Latrine.
No, so it's
latrine.
It's a porta potty basically, because like they don't have plumbing in like the farmlands up there, like the compost. That's what they call it. So it's just like you dig a 6-foot hole and you put a toilet on top of it, and that's a bathroom.
Yeah.
That's hot.
So we helped them do that, but it was amazing. Like we got to see the city for like 1 week, and then 1 week we're up in the mountains doing that. And then through college, I studied abroad. Not even for my major that I have now. I just want to go abroad, and I want to go one of the most interesting places that NYU offers.
What was her name?
Who? Wait, what?
You said you studied abroad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll leave now. I'll be back.
Your job's done.
But no, yeah, I studied abroad. Took classes that I didn't even care about, just so I could go to Abu Dhabi for a semester. Really, honestly, like if you ever get a chance to go there, dude, like you gotta go there.
Yeah, you said where?
Abu Dhabi. It's like the UAE.
Dhabi.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Dubai. Like you know where Dubai is?
Yeah.
It's like the same country, just the city next to it.
Okay.
And from there, this is what's so great about that school over there, because like NYU has like different universities, so that's like its own university. Like kids go to school at that school, and then just like spend a semester there. They like gave you money, like they give you like a stipend. So then with the stipend, I traveled around the area. I went to Lebanon, Turkey.
Oh, wow.
Holy crap, man!
What else?
Jeez, man.
Lebanon and Turkey, and then I went to Germany for soccer. And once I was in Germany, I went with Leslie to London, Prague.
Wow.
And then Paris.
So you guys aren't even done with college yet, and you could say you've traveled to another country with your girlfriend. I'm jealous. I'm gonna have to leave this podcast and rethink my entire life.
Yeah.
But it's more like I said, it's more about like kind of going back to the bad analogy. Like I'll take like classes I didn't need to just so I can go.
Just so you can travel.
Yeah, because I just love to travel. So
that's interesting.
That's a big thing I want to do is like through like creative media production, like at where I'm going to college. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to study abroad. And
you need to study abroad.
So I should be able. I think I'm going to be able to study. Like go.
You should 100% recommend any person if you haven't like studied abroad like through school, because it's amazing. It's like you have like you don't need to worry about anything like living situation wise, because the schools you're paying the school, or either you're smart enough to have a scholarship or something like.
I really plan on going to Spain because, like I told you, I had a friend that came down here for a foreign exchange program, and people always like give me crap because I always make friends with all the foreign exchange students because I'm just really, I don't know, I can like tell what people are gonna say before they say it, kind of thing. Like I'm just able to read people really well, and so just I was able to help them communicate to a degree. So like they would kind of like give me like what they're trying to say, and I'll scramble it and then let people know. And that's like really helpful for like people like my closest friend now. Like she is to this day like my closest friend. She's from Spain, and her English not the greatest, and she would like constantly she would say something. Somebody would give her a weird look, and then she'd just look at me like, all right, now you finish, right? Yeah, you translate. So, and the thing is her mom was like she like constantly was telling her mom about everything I was doing, and I was sitting there one day, and she comes into the room with her mom on the phone, and had her mom told me that, thank you so much, you've done for all my daughter. No, you have a home here in Spain.
Oh wow,
that's nice.
And so pretty much what she means is, if I buy the plane ticket there, I have everything.
Yeah,
I don't have to worry
about
expenses.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then I have to buy the plane ticket back, and they are very, very wealthy. I mean,
and Spain's a beautiful country. I've never been there. I always want to go.
They have a house in Madrid.
Oh, okay.
They have a house in the wood parts of Rogono. Rogono. And,
sounds like a seasoning.
Like another. Sounds like a spice.
Yeah.
And then they have one down towards the beaches and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, can I live in all of them?
Yeah.
Just give me one.
Honestly, bro.
Yeah,
but no,
I'd like to go travel once. I've never been out of the country, and I would.
I've never been on a plane.
Really?
So.
You've never been on a
Wow.
plane?
No, I've never. I've just, like I said, I've drove to Michigan once for a wedding, and that was the farthest out of. I went through Illinois, and that was it. Went through Illinois, got to Michigan, came back through Michigan, through Illinois, back to Arkansas. That's it. I've been to Missouri.
I mean, I've never been to any of those places, so you. I mean,
Also, I do plan on going to New York at least once, because I've always loved the city, but I've never really been to it. I live in the Booneville, Arkansas. The closest thing we have to a skyscraper is when Jack over here, he put three towers on top of his mobile home, and we don't really talk about it. He killed 3 people in the process, but he did do it, and it was technically a skyscraper. So,
I mean, honestly, New York is not all that. I'll be honest with you. It's nice to see on TV, but to live, it's whatever.
Well, I don't know if like I said, I don't want to live there, but come stay a hotel, see everything, leave,
all right, and never show up again.
Yeah,
never pay taxes there.
Yeah. Don't have to deal with anything.
I don't want to live there and have to pay the taxes. I mean,
that's a whole different thing.
I'd rather not be broke. I would like to eat 3 square meals a day.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some interesting meals here. $1 pizza.
Yeah.
What's it? Isn't that just gas station pizza?
No, there's actual places that's their thing. There's this place called Two Bros. They sell $1 pizza. That's their.
Yeah, but they're the big New York slices, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess they're cosmopolitan style pizza. Yeah.
He's like, man, I don't even know what a New York. He's like, man, it's just pizza.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what pizza is for you. I think pizza's a very interesting thing
because pizza's really small for us. We get little I can use my hand to show a slice of pizza.
Right.
Oh no, yeah, it's 12 inches.
Okay. Yeah.
Woo. Long, from the tip to the
That's
crust.
6 times as much as what I have.
Yeah, and it's like a dollar.
Anyway, so
But yeah, no, yeah, that's I guess New York style pizza, yeah.
So
I don't even know if I want New York style pizza though.
I think I would probably
really
die.
greasy.
I would that would be my one meal for the day, and then I'd probably have to lay down and crap the rest out.
Oddly enough, because of the whole COVID thing and businesses getting screwed over, it's actually $2 now.
Oh, dang it! Dog,
had to change the name of their
virus.
business.
They did. I saw that. I was like, "Yo, what the hell is this?" I'm like, "They have a new sign." I'm like, "What is this?"
You gotta pay an extra $1 for pizza now? What the?
Yeah, I mean, there's actually a study.
COVID's gone too far.
There's actually a study. I'm not even joking. There's a study that if the price of pizza goes up, inflation happens in New York. I'm not even joking.
What?
That's crazy.
So I guess at one point it's probably 50 cents, and it became $1 or something.
Really?
But the price of everything went up. Yeah.
Listen, Tony. I know you need new tires, but Tony's Pizzeria down the street's $1 more. I'm gonna have to charge you a little extra. You know what I mean? I gotta eat tonight.
We're either gonna have to cut off some condiments, or you might just get bread. It'll be in pizza shape.
No sauce, no cheese for you. Okay.
We'll put some ketchup. All right, we'll give you ketchup packets. It's a build your own.
That's great. Well, I was going to ask before we got off the topic of the traveling, where would you say your favorite place that you've been is?
Ooh.
Oh, you said you had said what was it? Abu
Dhabi.
Abu
Yeah.
Dhabi.
Yeah.
Abu
Sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
That's hard. I wouldn't count any of the European places.
What?
I think, yeah, because honestly, dude, I mean, I think this is from being from New York. Once you go to like,
He hates European people.
Yeah, no, I'm
Confirmed.
joking.
Adam hates European people.
No, but it's just like when you go to a big city, you kind of see like when you like New York. I go to a city, I'm like, wow, this is like, I'll explain like a European version of New York. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not very interesting to me. Like it may be interesting for you or like for another person that lives in like a small town, but like for me, it wasn't as interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
But in Europe, I lived there, so also I'm more attached like culturally and like a little bit different. In terms of Abu Dhabi, it's like a whole different world. Like honestly, like whole different world. Like the countries I went to, like Turkey and Lebanon, whole different world, man. Like
I'd probably go there and be like, oh, this is just like Arkansas.
no, dude.
It's just like a different type of Arkansas, bro.
No, not
like,
maybe, but like I don't know, like
people cooking beans on the street. That's normal. That's just like Arkansas, bro.
I think
like,
I don't know. Abu Dhabi is like a different world in general. You can leave your iPhone 6 outside in the street and come back the next day. It's an iPhone 8. They just have so much money and there's so many strict rules.
Yeah, no, they actually have a lot of wealth down. I remember hearing something about those countries like Dubai and whenever in like middle school, people were like, "Yeah, you'll see Lamborghinis breaking down on the
yeah,
side
like
of the
bro,
road, just left there."
like everyone has a Range Rover. Everyone has like, you don't see one like Toyota. Like everyone has like the nicest cars. Like taxi. Like, but the thing is, because the laws are so strict, right? And not to get political about it, but like there's like the working class people are like kind of borderline. It's like they get paid like nothing and they do like everything. So it's like a little bit different. Yeah, it's like very interesting. I would say if you're interested about it, I suggest looking it up. I don't want to speak on it, but it's very interesting dynamic. In terms of like when I was there, it was like awesome. Like it was kind of crazy. It was like surreal. Like I've never, especially being from New York, where you're always worrying about your stuff being like just taken away from you.
Yeah. Like
just on the daily, like just like pickpocket or whatever. Like over there's a different world. But in terms of my favorite place, definitely be. I think Lebanon was definitely my favorite place. Lebanon. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because of like the climate that the country was in. Like they're on like the cusp of like a civil war, and because like they don't have a government technically. Like their government is still like they.
Oh yeah, Lebanon. Yeah.
They're still like when I was there, they're like doing a vote basically to see who like the next like political leader would be, and it was like two extremes. Like like one's like a monarchy, and I mean not like a monarchy, but like a tyranny, and the other one was like the opposite of that. So it's a see, and also they get bombed like crazy. Like on the daily.
Yeah. I think my girlfriend and her parents. I think they said it was Lebanon. Like literally 2 weeks before they went on a vacation in Lebanon, there was a bombing at the port in which they docked. So that was like the most recent one. Yeah, that was like the one that everyone saw. When I went there, the United States was actually threatening to bomb the airport the week before I left. Because they were. Oh wow! You gotta call home and say, "Hey, no, you got a friendly over here." Hold on.
No, so it was because they claimed that they had like nuclear weapons or something, and they didn't want to allow people to come into the country to look for it. Like the United States, like, well, let us investigate, and they're like, no, and they're like, okay, we're gonna bomb your airport if you don't let us in.
Jeez.
And I remember I got like an email from the school because they're saying like, can't travel.
I love that. That's America. Though. Like, we're just like we're like, hey, let us in. They're like, no, it's like, all right,
we're gonna blow you
everything up. And then other countries are like, you know what? They're crazy enough to do it. Let them in.
Yeah, right.
But
like, that's just the mentality of America, and that's why we're the greatest country.
But I think it's interesting because, what do you call it? Like going to a place where things might not be there anymore. Like when I went there, like that port, like I ate at like a restaurant right near there. Like it's probably not even there anymore. So like, and like also like historically, like they have like it's the first time I saw a Christian church with Arabic writing. Yeah. It's like super.
Oh wow.
So it's like super interesting, like intricate, like cultures mixing there because they speak Arabic, but there's a lot of Christians, and it's just a very interesting place.
Yeah, because that's like the main scripture writing is like Arabic and
And to see like a church like written in like the mosaic, like all the mosaics and everything written in Arabic, right? It's not like
that's crazy.
It's like very interesting and almost like polarizing in a way because like
Well, and that's the thing is like it can't be translated over to English, so it's like a lot of it's like hearsay.
Yeah, and it's like Muslims would like because I kind of like because my mom is Muslim, right? So like they take their Arabic is like one of the most sacred old languages in the world. That's what the Quran is like believed to be, like the word of God, like that is God speaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like to have that like a religion that's not Islam written in Arabic, it's like kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's kind of like odd to see.
Yeah.
But no, other than that, like countries it's crazy. Like America is probably the best place to go to get everything, but also not get everything.
If you really want to be humbled, like some of these people that like complain about like the dumbest like honest like stuff in the United States, like go to a different country and see how they live like their life, and you'll see how much freedom you have here.
Exactly.
Oh, we it's like 10 times better. Like we're not legit just everybody getting gunned down in the streets.
Yeah, and that might sound like such a conservative thing to say. Like I'm not gonna say where I lean, but like you really need to go see how other people live. Like like Abu Dhabi, like you can't do anything. You say something, you actually couldn't say anything bad about the king, or you get arrested.
I had a friend from Thailand. Like I said, I have all these. Her name is Palmy, and she's from Thailand. She goes right at the moment she was here in America. She was showing me the stuff that was happening in Thailand.
Oh, jeez.
Like, because they were deciding between having a democracy and a monarchy, between like the presidential, like who they were electing, and legit the people were rioting in the streets because everybody wanted a democracy, but they were. If the monarchy wants to be a monarchy, it's going to be a monarchy. Like it doesn't matter. And so it was like just watching that like through her eyes, like getting to be around her and seeing how it affected her.
Well, I mean that's
like it was just crazy because like no matter how many news stories you read, it doesn't affect it. You don't see it until you see it through somebody that lives there.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, people are just getting gunned down in the street. She goes, that doesn't happen here. I was like, no.
Well, I mean, that kind of reminds me of some instance. What was it? People riding in the streets about two presidents. Oh, I can't remember what country that was. I think it started with a U or something. No, but it's not as severe.
Oh,
here.
Yeah.
It's not as severe here.
Wait. But no, and that's the thing. It's just we don't understand how lucky we have it.
We
and
don't.
With our economy, like. And how much worker, like people don't understand as a worker in America, you were so privileged
just to be able to
even
work
a minimum wage job
Yeah.
with the conditions that you're allowed that you have to work under is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can hold a minimum wage job over here and you don't get spat on by your boss.
Yeah.
Exactly,
kind of thing. Like there's certain like OSHA laws and stuff and people are like, yeah, I work at McDonald's. My life is horrible. Like, yeah, that person works at a shoe factory since they were about 3 years old. It's like,
and that's all they're ever gonna see.
Right.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Exactly.
Like, you have a chance to do something better. You don't have to. That's your freedom. But I mean, that's the thing. And and some situations are different for everybody. But
No, yeah.
like. And I think going to other countries really opens that, or like being around people that live in other countries.
Yeah.
Like, and it just opens your eyes to, wow, we have it great.
We do. Yeah.
We really do.
And then there's also some things that we don't have great here. Like my friend from Spain, she goes, "There's so much processed food over here."
Oh my god,
so
dude!
Good.
Dude, you don't understand. It's terrible.
For her birthday, she wanted me to send her Slim Jims.
Are you serious?
Oh my god! She actually liked them. That's funny.
The thing
hey,
is,
what's wrong with
they
Slim
don't have
Jims?
that kind of stuff.
No, I'm just saying, like, normally, like, people that, like, in Europe, that's, like, a bit, like, food laws are, like, huge. You know what I mean? Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you,
But like,
yeah. So I'm surprised she actually enjoyed it.
yeah, no, she had it one time. Like, we were driving somewhere. We stopped at a gas station. She's like, "Oh, what's this?" It's like, "It's a Slim Jim." She goes, "I want to try it." I'm like, "Okay." And she loved it, man. They thought they were the greatest thing ever. So
Because they are the greatest things ever.
I send her an envelope with the long ones, like 120 of them.
Damn.
I just like
Jeez,
bought
man.
like a whole bunch of them, and just sent it to her.
awesome.
She's still eating on it. Every now and then she'll send me a picture
That's
of her
nice.
eating one. Like, and it's just, but it's just simple things like that. It's like I wouldn't even have thought of
Yeah.
that. They process their own bread in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. Like it's just it's new preservatives.
There's no such thing as
It's just-
Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I want to go live in Europe just for the fact that, like, their school buses don't have stop signs on them. For a school bus, when it's stopped and they're picking up kids, you don't have to stop behind them. It's not a law in Europe because the kids over there, they actually trust their children and they teach their children, hey, watch out for cars. Where kids here in America, you'd be like, okay, Timmy.
we're just like,
I know I've told you to look both ways, okay, but, you know, you still have to fucking stop, and it makes me upset. I just want to go live in Europe so I don't have to stop for school buses. That's it. I'll eat non-processed food. I don't care.
I
think
mean, you don't. I mean, let's be honest. You don't have to stop for him.
No,
here.
it's a law. You have to by law.
I think that's like I think you can actually get your license suspended. That's like the most like bad thing you could do.
And in Europe, I mean, they're actually smart. Their kids know better.
I mean, if nobody sees you do it, though, I'm kidding. Don't go running. Don't do that. You'll kill a kid. Because like you said, children here are dumb.
Exactly.
They do nothing but take adrenaline and play Fortnite.
Just to prove how dumb we are. I didn't even know that was the law until like 7th grade. I was like, my bus driver honked at a car for running past the stop sign. I was like, wait, why did he just like honk at him? And then I figured out it was an actual law to stop for school buses.
I didn't even know that was like a thing, like what you said in Europe. Because like now that I'm thinking about it, like in Germany, they actually just took like the public buses, like
or sometimes kids will just take public buses instead of school buses. Yeah.
No, and it would just be
sometimes
changed.
They'll just walk home.
Yeah, or they just walk home. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. I never knew that. That's funny.
That's crazy. I didn't know that either. That's actually.
And I've seen it, and I didn't even realize it. It's like, oh wow, there's no stop sign.
Yeah, because it's normal. Don't you think it's normal?
Yeah. That's
Another
funny.
thing is that I want to live in one of those countries or like a city because riding a motorcycle is so much nicer.
Yeah.
Like in a city and stuff. Because I own a motorcycle. I own a 650 SV Suzuki GSX. No, a 650 SV.
ABCDEFG.
ABC, yeah, whatever.
You lost me. I know nothing about cars, dude.
I don't either.
It's a motorcycle.
Or motorcycle. I know nothing about auto stuff.
Yeah.
But no, being able to drive in the middle of traffic is just the most amazing thing. Like if people were stopped at a stop sign, you could just keep
Is
going.
lane splitting legal in Arkansas or wherever?
It is not
Until
you get caught. Yeah.
Until you get caught, and then But like in like Miami and New York, you can lane split.
Yeah, I was gonna say people do that in New York all the time.
Yeah, I
don't know if it's legal or not. People just do it.
Yeah, I mean it's legal.
Who's gonna stop you in New York?
I mean, who's gonna stop me when I'm going 150 miles an hour? The pavement. Anyways. All right. Well, I mean, we're past an hour now. It's been an hour and 3 minutes.
Is it really?
Damn.
Yeah, it has.
Feels like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's been fun. I really hope people got to know you a little bit better, Adam, because I know a lot of people are going to be coming from your channel to see this.
Yeah,
so
they're going to be so disappointed. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, so
they're like, we already knew all this stuff. I'm just like, yeah.
Adam's an open book. So I wanted to start this with our first guest star. Hopefully we have more guest stars coming on, but I want to start this because I'm going to start asking this all the guest stars. Tits or ass?
Oh God. I can't answer that. I can't.
Come on, Adam. Come on, Adam. The people want to know.
No, come on.
Personality.
Oh, that's a good answer. That is a good
answer. Good answer.
Right.
Good
I'm
man.
satisfied.
You man. All right. Well, that was the Groovy Voice podcast, and we will see you next time.
See ya.
Goodbye.
See ya.